For over extremely long periods of time, we have been chasing returns, right? Welcome to Subramani. Today, I am going to talk about risk. Please understand, if you take a coin, one side is return and one side is risk. If you do not manage the risk, the returns will not follow. And if you manage the risk, the returns will follow. If you chase return, risk will come to bite you. So I keep saying risk and return, it's only choice of what you want to manage. You want to manage risk, your returns will be in place. Most people do not understand that gilt can also be risky, and investing in gilts when the current rates are 5.5% for gilt is not a very sensible thing to do. Don't look at the YTM, look at the rate at which money can be deployed today. So anybody who has an old portfolio, the market has already priced it in. So all the pricing in of the fall of interest from say 11% to 5% or whatever has already been done. So you're not buying a cheap product. You're not buying something at par with a coupon rate of 8% or 9%. That pricing has been done. So today you're getting it at those prices from where it can only come down. Now obviously gilt will come down if interest rates remain here. Gilt will give you good returns provided you have an old portfolio. But any new money getting deployed is going to get deployed at 5.5%. Now what happens if interest rates start going up? Then the portfolio will get repriced and therefore you will make a loss, right? So debt markets are difficult to understand. If you don't understand, stop reading about it and trying to understand. Stick to ultra short bond funds at for the short term, which is 2-3 years, or if you have a slightly longer term horizon, go to corporate bond funds. You don't need to go to gilt. And if you must go to gilt, maybe you have a 30-year view on gilt, so you're 25 years of age and you know you are not going to require that money over long periods of time. Maybe you should do an SIP into it and build for your retirement. But there are better ways to build for retirement over a 30-year period. Very likely that you will go for equity, right? So let's leave gilt to the more smarter and savvier investors, so to say. Let's stick to ultra short bond fund. You don't have a problem with that, right? So today I'm going to talk to you about knowing how to handle risk, because people think the ability to handle risk comes from the fact that I know how to predict markets. I know what the market is going to do tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 5 years hence and 10 years hence. Absolutely wrong. You need not know what the market will do over long periods of time. You assume, if you are an optimist, that the country will do well and therefore the companies will do well. Therefore, since I do not know what to buy, I will buy the index, or I will go to a guy who is running an India fund and he runs the fund himself. It's a managed fund and I will go and put money in with him. So he will manage the money for me and hopefully generate alpha. Right, that's what you have to do. Don't worry about predicting. In fact, it's an interesting quote by John Templeton when he says, I do not know anybody who knows how to time the market. I do not know. I can add one more anybody to it. So really, you cannot always time the market. See, once in a while timing the market, I have also done. That does not mean anything. Consistently to be able to call the top, call the bottom, and to be able to say how long it will stay at the top or at the bottom. Just because the share has gone up, it doesn't mean it has to come down. Just because the market has gone up, it doesn't mean it has to come down. Yes, it will come down gradually, maybe over 2 months, 3 months, or maybe over 2 days. Right? You have to predict all those things, and that is impossible. I don't think any smart investor even thinks of trying that. So risk management means predicting the market? No, it does not mean that. Also remember, risk is not in the product, it is in your mind, it is in the issuer and in the product. So for me, a Procter & Gamble equity, Procter & Gamble debt, Procter & Gamble preference share, everything is fairly obviously far less risky than say a company which is a GVR or a GVK or a GMR, correct? Suppose there is a GMR secured bond versus a Procter and Gamble unsecured bond, where is the risk? The risk is obviously in GVR, it is not in PNG, right? So risk has to be in the product, it has to be in the mind, and it has to be in the promoter. So remember all these combinations before you say equity is riskier than bonds or bonds are riskier than equity, right? Those words don't make sense. Many people, when they invest, they think that their risk appetite will remain constant. Not true. Risk appetite will change. Suddenly you have invested in a company and you realize that this company is a benami for a politician who is relegated to the opposition for the next 15 years. You have to be worried, because obviously some shit will fall on him and your money will get wiped out. Be careful. If the company in which you have invested has political leanings, then I'm not saying don't invest. Then you also have to see how the promoter is able to handle the new political scenario. Maybe he's happy with the new political scenario, I don't know, but you need to have the ability to gauge what is happening. If you don't have that, don't stick to companies which have some kind of a political slant. So, and also what happens is your risk appetite does not remain constant also because of the information that you get. For example, if you were trading with Anugrah Stocks and Brokers, you shouldn't have done it, that is step one. But assuming you were dealing, you saw a March 2019 order saying that this company should be fined, etc., etc. Exit. There is no point in thinking that your money is safe. Your money is not safe. Very good chance that if you are an ordinary human being with ordinary contacts, etc., very unlikely that you will get anything paid at all. Do you also believe that if people make a risk model and do back testing, it will work? To me, it will not work, because I don't remember who said, but all risk models are wrong. In fact, said all models are wrong, but some of them may be useful. So exactly like that, just because somebody has made a model and said I have back tested it for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 242 years, it does not mean anything, because your emotions cannot be back tested. Secondly, when things go wrong, people hide the data which actually hurts them. So you will never know really what went wrong. But if you realize that they are making these statements, etc., and sharing it with you, rest assured something could be wrong. So when you see SEBI audit, SEBI levying a fine, etc., if your antenna doesn't go up, I have no clue when it will. Thank you.